What is up, my frosty brethren? My name is Arctic, and today I have some Overwatch gameplay for you guys, talking about their progression system, which presumably is going to be introduced in the start of the next beta phase, hopefully in January or sometime around then. Jeff Kaplan kind of talked about their two attempts at progression, and now where they're at it seems like a happy medium. So the initial version, and they released this in a video if you haven't seen it already, but the initial version had them, and this is very interesting to me, had a very similar style MOBA approach where if you locked into a character, you played that character, you unlocked more powerful abilities for that character, and they said that that ended up being very unbalanced, which I can see it playing out being not very fun in that sense. And so and the example they gave was Reaper. He had a Wraith form. In his Wraith form, if he upgraded and progressed with that, then it would unlock self-healing or whatever during that phase, in addition to all the other things that he already has, right? So they said that system seemed very imbalanced and scrapped it. And then they proceeded to another system, which was much more cosmetic based. And the good thing about the cosmetic thing, before I even touch on this, is because they went through this process, they made a whole bunch of cosmetics for probably a whole bunch of characters. So, that idea that I talked about monetization around cosmetics seems like that is going to be something that's going to happen. But the flip side of that is when they tried this specific thing. So let's say you played Tracer all day, every day, and maybe you had a character rotation. What they found is that during the match, you would typically just play Tracer so you can unlock her things instead of trying to switch to other characters to help with the meta. So it actually had a negative effect on gameplay. And that was my concern with their approach, or any approach with progression in this game. I think it's needed to kind of keep people wanting to come back and wanting to aspire to do some things and have some outside goals to do. But I just don't see why they wouldn't automatically think, okay, let's go to profile progression, which is what it sounds like they're doing from the get-go, and say, okay, if you just play the game for this amount of time, you complete games, you complete matches, not necessarily tying it to a character or a set of characters or whatever, then that will allow you to unlock things. And I think that they really need to think about progression in the sense of like not just time played, but also associating it with most heals or most kills or whatever it is outside that. So not only do you think about playing a specific role and switching your characters, but also having certain objectives that you can then meet with specific characters, damage blocked and all of those things that fill all of the types of roles for specific characters. I'm interested to see, what type of rewards or hooks they're going to have for people that need those things. I'm one of those guys that doesn't need a whole lot of that. I could play that version of the beta nonstop every day, 24/7 if I needed to, because I can't. I don't want to sound like I'm like old school trying to like Bible thump you guys or anything like that. I have played games and shooters and stuff like that before there was progression introduced. A lot of folks that had that implemented, that became fans of like Call of Duty, for example, or that generation is used to that. And for me, I'm used to I'm used to having it now, but I know what it's like to not have that. So I've never needed
It's
progression to
Mercy.
continue playing, because in my mind, it's like I know that the times I put in is going to progress me as a player and my skill. So all that fluff and extra stuff, like if a game is good, I'm just going to play it. I don't need the extra nonsense in there. So I'm really fascinated that they're actively pursuing a progression system. I think that's needed in this day and age. But for me personally, what I played was perfectly A-OK with me, and I play that nonstop 24/7. So interested to hear what you guys have to say about progression. What do you guys wanted to unlock? It sounds like this is going to be light on cosmetics and light on I don't know what else. So hopefully, we get an opportunity to test that out here in the coming months before the game ships. And like I said, I'm looking forward to you guys' comments. So leave those down in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you've not already for more Overwatch. And until the next time, folks, I will catch you all later. Stay frosty. If you like this video, you should probably click on the one down below. That'll take you to another video. You may like it. A little bit about me. I'm a former pro player. I play PC and console, mostly shooters. I also have a gaming podcast. I do tips and tactics, live gameplays. Check out my Twitch. Also, I work in the industry. Why are you not subscribed?